welcome back again. 7 days to die. Building our fortress. I'm recording this straight after the last one. I just reloaded it to make sure it all got saved after we managed to survive that quite successfully, but even so it was a bit of a potentially devastating. Could have ended up like most of this getting destroyed if I hadn't managed to finish just those most important bits to keep it strong enough to last. Right, I think the first thing we're going to want to do, that was the bits I just picked up out of the loot bags, wasn't it? At least recovered some ammunition. Did not too bad with the amount of ammunition. Got a nice new shovel. I'm saying a nice new shovel. I hope it's a lot better than the one I've got. 73 for 20. That's currently 53, or yeah, I think it's 53 without the grave digger mod in it. 58 for 20. What's that one? 59 for 20. It's certainly the level 5. And then 3 slots on there. You ever need 3 slots on a shovel? I don't think you do, but whatever. Hopefully we'll find some bits to stick in there. Yeah, I need to make some repair kits. I have to sort out food and stuff as well. We found a few extra medical bandages. Good. We'll sort out doing repairs and stuff in a bit. Right, that can stay here. I can come out and that. I'll take them just in case I've got more, so that I can cook some more bacon. I filled up the generator, didn't I? Yeah. So that's not too bad. I can certainly reinforce the most important bits. Anything else that can stay here for now. I could leave the hammer, but just in case I might have a use for it. That can stay here for now. Okay. Yeah, let's use the ladder just in case. I don't want to have any... Stop it! I don't want to have any broken legs before we get anything else done. Going the wrong way. Head back to base. I need to make up some repair kits. Some food and drink. Oh, let me know. Off to a flyer. There might be a few of the bits I can get done. I'm not sure if there's enough resources to mix up any more concrete yet. That'll be something for the next lot of stuff I need to be working on. I need to repair the axe and go on a tree chopping drive, do some lumberjacking. Because as it was, I'd run out of wood anyway. So if I want to finish at least doing the primary structure, I'm going to need a fair bit more wood. And then we can get these workbenches and stuff shifted over. There's not that much in there to smelt out. I can do that. Won't take that long. Right, yes, I do have 1 egg. Cool. I have some of them. I have them. Give it me. Sometimes the pickup sensitivity doesn't seem to happen very quickly. I found it in the loot, didn't I? So I couldn't have drank it before. And one extra beer. Got loads of beer now. Now I can remember. Did I even make the relay? I thought I made the relay. I picked out the resources and then didn't actually set it to craft. What a dumbass. I was too busy trying to remember everything. We only want one for now. And this is just so that I can tidy up the setup. Make it more streamlined for when the hordes get a bit more intense and you've got a lot of stuff going off all around you. You don't want electrical cables dangling around in your face. That can go in here. Dog food. Oh, that's used for some of the fancy recipe stuff, isn't it? Yeah, some of the learning elixirs or something. I can't remember, whatever, I'll keep it. Might be worth a fraction if I repair it. Worth 38. Oh dear. Oh, considered I've got a book to sell, I might as well keep it. Right, yeah, there was a bit more cobblestone, I thought there was. Let's leave that in there. We need more iron, more stone, more wood. I think I am going to scrap them back into stone now. I've got quite a few iron arrows. And now we've got a setup so I can make more iron arrows if I really want to use the archery. That can be smelted. Stick that on there for now. Set some eggs cooking. Only got enough for one, but that's better than nothing. Right, we want repair kits. I've just put that cloth away. I want the cloth back again, because we will want some duct tape. I think I might make up all of that into duct tape. I'll at least keep our basic supplies up for a bit. Gonna want to do that and that. I might as well do the baseball bat now, even though it's not fully depleted. I'd rather not have to try and do it in the middle of battle. So that's at least 3. I might as well do all of them. I'm going to end up having to find some more iron anyway. Even more brass. That's the point. There's no point me putting that in there if I'm going to be moving this thing soon. But I would rather turn that into just basic lead. So I'll smelt that in. That won't take too long. Yeah, 6 repair kits please. As I know we will need it soon. If I don't need them immediately right now, that's going to be another 30 seconds, yeah. Right, I've picked up the relay. I've got space for me to leave 1 or 2 of these behind. Yeah, 3's enough to have on me for now. Keep that iron with me. Don't have anywhere to store that, so I'll keep it. I'm going to be using it probably soon anyway. Are we full up on feathers, really? Got an entire stack of feathers. Yeah. I think I should stop collecting feathers, maybe. I think that's finished now. Right. I'm not going to start draining that just yet. I want to concentrate on getting the other place a bit more built up so that then we can transfer things across. Right, we can now repair you. Ooh, helps if you click on the right square. Repair you as well. That can now go back. Make up red tea. Right. And I'm going to leave that there because I'm not going to make any fresh cobblestone. I'm just going to take the stuff we've already got. Selling, leave that in there. We'll have to drain the forge at some point so we can pick it up and use it. I don't want to leave it running while I'm not here, unless I take the coal out and just swap it for wood. I suppose I could do that. It's mainly just the coal I don't want to waste. But I can stick a fair bit of wood in there. Let's give it 24. Right, let's just make as much forged iron as I can. And then the rest I'll just push out as basic resources just to clean it all out. Maybe some more empty jars. Nah. See, all of this is going to take quite a while. That's not going to take long at all, so I'll leave that one. 42 minutes to do all of the brass. Yeah, I thought it'd take a while. I can always cancel them when we come back to it. No, not that one, that one. Wow, I saved 3 seconds on the clock. Let's leave the coal in there. And the rest of this stuff can come with me for now, apart from them. There's no point me carrying them if I'm not going to carry the rifle. Anything else for selling? Yes, there was. That could be repaired, so could that. That's already at full. Got no mods that would give me any extra money boost that I can stick in them. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's pipes to repair that. Yeah, and it's scrap iron to repair that. Right. Let's put that in there just so that hopefully I don't forget that these are all the things that I want to sell now. Put them all in one row so that hopefully I'll remember. Okay. We'll certainly finish the first 3, but there's no, like, it's not going to get through all that brass, but it don't matter. That's why I want to just leave it running. And I'm not going to have to worry about getting back in time to turn it off before it wastes all the coal. I mean, you don't have to use coal. I just prefer to use it for doing that kind of stuff because it's got a much longer burn time. Yeah, I've seen lots of people do things like they put frames in there rather than just wood, because frames are made out of more than one piece of wood, so obviously that gives you a bit longer burn time. And you can make actual like large logs that look like, you know, half a tree trunk, and put them in there and they'll burn for even longer then. This is just the it's the sound of the flag flapping. I heard footsteps. Oh, there's the drop man again as well. Where is he? There you are. Right. Right, it's all the way out there. Oh, it's not too far. Down that direction. Yeah, could get that. Let's just do the usual run through. Nah. Could do with some more sugar butts, and could do with finding some of the...
Your money is welcome here.
The jailbreakers. so I could pick open some of the locked chests that there are still around. What's that per 50 now? You're right. I've got bugger all money now anymore anyway after buying those schematics last time. And he hasn't updated yet, has he? So I don't think there's going to be anything that you had that I didn't look at before. That's for finding diamonds. Yeah, I was wondering about that heist book that I found the other day. And I was saying, like, you don't find jewellery and gems in the game, but you do find diamonds. And you can find them in loot boxes, loot containers. So maybe that's what that book is referencing, that you'll find more diamonds or something. Right, there's nothing else I can really do with them to boost the value. Not at the moment anyway. But that's not too bad. That's at least given me a little bit of dukes back to spend on.
I thank you, kind sir.
You're quite welcome. I'll bring you some more junk another time and you can give me pretend money for it. It'll just be our little game. I'll bring you bits of junk and you can pay me tokens for it. Oh yeah, dropbox. Let's go and grab that. I've got more than enough space in my bags. I'd rather do it sooner than later because that'll then clear it off the map. And you never know, it might be something worthwhile. I very much doubt it. But you never know. It's worth rolling the dice just to see. Keep an eye open for birds' nests as well. We can have a nice cycle through the countryside. But we don't want to cycle off the edge of cliffs. That was a bit sudden, the way that turned into just a hole in the ground. I really don't want more feathers at the moment, thank you. I want eggs, not feathers. I will try my luck with a random bag. A flashlight and an empty jar. I'll try my luck on a jar of honey. And a bit of wood, which I need to get anyway. No honey. Oh. We keep cycling. And this time it's a box and a tree stump. That's right, mate. No, still no honey. I bring you the good news. The bat is the word. Oh! He loved it so much. He exploded his brains. Oh, a bit more cobblestone, that's useful. Am I going to end up having to drive through a bloody big hole? Wow, that's one hell of a hole. That is one hell of a ravine. Blooming hell, I don't think I've ever seen a ravine like that in game. That's serious. That's a serious cliff edge. But it does look like it fades out just here. Oh, I've got to try my luck on that tree stump. No, blooming hell, it's 3 in a row, I didn't find anything. I've never seen it I've never seen the random map development cut such a deep ravine like this before. You know, I've seen when it makes mountains and it will make edges that steep. But not such a, particular ravine. Like that's quite nice, that is, actually, in terms of map generation. But it's not nice for me when I want to get up there. Just go a little bit further. Stop here. Is it directly up there? And can I get directly up there? Maybe. Well, my tree, my bike is parked under that tree. Okay, let's try it, see if I can get up there. I think this will be easier than trying to find a way round this ravine, because it looked quite extensive in both directions. Yeah, look at that, it's like a Grand Canyon. There we are. Well, nowhere near the size of the real Grand Canyon, but you know what I mean. In terms of how it just appears in the landscape like that. Maybe that's something new they've added for this alpha, I don't know. Now we're in the desert zone. Oh love, have you met me cactus friend? Oh, is he a bit too spiky for you? Yeah? No? Oh. Why is it you come to the desert and it's raining? Oh. Bit of lag. That could mean getting visitors in a minute. See a building over there. I could a minute ago before the weather got even worse. It's on the other side of this ravine. See the ravine on the map there? Look. Goes all the way over there. I thought that was mountains going up, not a ravine going down. I might have to explore that. That's quite interesting. First of all, what's that? Pumpkin seeds? Oh, that's useful, I suppose, even though I've already got some ready to go. Iron armour? No, scrap armour. Oh, it still might be better than what I've already got. Yeah, I know about the generator bank. I built it already. Blooming annoying thing, telling you about stuff after you've already got it. Yes. No. Won't make any difference. And yes, right, we got anything in there? Only that. Yeah, close it again. Let's have some green boots. We'll wear them, thank you. That's a bit stronger footwear. Definitely want both of them out. Wear them. And that one is better than the one I got on, which is only the football helmet, which has been good enough for now, but it's certainly not going to last long term, so I will swap it over, even though it's not a major difference. Bit more durability. And it will, the new one will make a bit more noise and whatever, but I'm not too worried about that for now. Right, cool, that means I've got all scrap armour, which is all heavy armour. Need to get that up to iron armour as soon as possible. I'm only going to search it. Yeah, I'm not going to stay around to try scrapping it. Oh, caught the edge of that cactus. Let's get back to what we were doing. Oh, after I've climbed my way back down this massive crevasse. Is the weather going to change now I'm back in the green zone? Yeah. As if by magic, the desert goes back to being all nice and shiny. Oh, I miss that deer who must have been right next to me when I was over there. Oh, I'll find more meats at some point. We'll have to do a bit more hunting and gathering. Right, where is it? There it is. If I go down this way, I'm going to eventually come to a bit that looks like it might exit. I'm going to risk it just out of curiosity to see where it's leading to, if anywhere, and how the generation, the map generation, has calculated it. Oh, go on, pedal faster, pedal harder. Gonna run out of stamina in a second. I have to go slow mode. It probably would have been quicker to just get off and pick it up. Right, we could sprint again now. I'm gonna get off anyway in a sec. Blooming hell, yeah. This is certainly a chasm. You know, even my bike's struggling. Yeah, let's just do it on foot for now. I suppose it'd be interesting if you wanted to set up something, build a bridge across there. Is that nitrate? Yeah, I could do with checking that out as well. Because the only thing that's missing is lead. So if we can find some, there's some lead, I think. Could be. Yeah, lead is like a pale blue colour. Because that little setup there, if there's some lead in that, there it is. That's what we want. That is everything you need. All in one zone behind the back of the trader. Yeah, definitely want to build a mine into there. But first of all, let's run along this ravine, see what we find along the way. Another helmet, make me even more encumbered. Wait for stamina to recover. Might as well do some of these before we carry on. Yeah, a little bit of exploration. Finding that dropbox was worth it just for those extra bits of armour. It's not a major amount, but it's something. And then we can eventually, when I get out of here, you could certainly build into this place in quite an interesting way. Like if you built a bridge across the top. Where are you going? Oi! Ignore me like that. I want your experience, thank you. Cool. But you could build across the top and then build downwards. What on earth is that? What the hell is that? That's really high up in the sky. have to have a look at that from a different angle. I've never seen anything like that in the game before. And at first I thought, is it a hot air balloon or something? I just thought they don't have hot air balloons in the game. But that's like a chest or something just stuck up in the air. Is it a dropbox that never fell properly or something? And another one. Yeah, this is one of the, I've got to say, it's one of the most unusual things I've seen the map generation ever do. I've seen it get close to stuff like this before, but never something that looks this organic, this natural. I mean, obviously within the limits of the computer game that it is. Maybe they have been tweaking the map generation in these latest alphas. I can't say I've, really messed with it to such an extent to notice them doing updates to it. The main thing I ever did was just figuring out how to go into the any file. Oh, just so that I can increase the numbers of city tiles that get generated so that it would make larger towns. I don't know if that may have affected some of this kind of stuff. Seems a bit unlikely. The size of a town has got nothing to do with creating chasms in the landscape. I could have used the bike across this bit, couldn't I? Because it's been mostly flat. I need to get up out of here now anyway, so... And it carries on down there. There's a little road there which could connect down to the desert again, maybe, or a POI, possibly a POI up in the mountainous area down here. Maybe. That's usually what those little dirt roads lead to. Yeah, this could take a while at this encumbered pace. After all the excitement of last night with the sparkly zombie dance, there was quite a few of them dancing. Yeah, that weren't too bad with the setup. I've got it at 16 zombies at a time. Not a 16 spawn limit. No, I don't really want feathers. I'm going to end up selling a stack of feathers to the trader. Yeah, that ravine carries on down towards that big hill with a tree up on top of it. I could have chopped a few down while I was down in the crevasse as well, but that would have slowed me down even more. Now we're back up here. I can hear somebody gurgling. Where are you? No, they must have gone the other way or something. Right. Chop some trees. Get some wood. And then we can carry on building. And I forgot again to grab a torch while I was back at the other base. Right, this is that iron. Where were the other bits? Just to the north of me. Yes, nitrate. Yes, coal. Can see them too. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's lead. Let's just go and have a quick check. You're always running out. Just can't keep up. You're not got high enough stamina yet. I just want to get eyeballs on it to check its lead. Yes, it is. That is a really good little combination. I'm just grabbing trees from wherever at the moment. I thought it was worth just getting rid of a few that surround this little lead node. But I'm not going to dig down here, I just want to make a note. Just to make it easier to see on the map. We've got lead there. Iron. And the coal and nitrate is pretty obvious, you know, but if I put a mine down sort of in the middle of them lot, and then I can branch out. Looks like there's more iron down in the valley as well. Down in the valley? Alright, let's concentrate on grabbing more wood. If I can manage to keep my stamina going long enough. Let's grab random stones while I'm on my way. Oh, good, it's 1200 one. Get the most. This is the biggest tree you'll find. Up to 1200. Oh, there it goes. Time to repair. Oh, I forgot to repair my baseball bat, didn't I? Oh. What are we up to now? 800. That should do for a few repairs. Upgrades, I mean, not repairs. There might be a few bits that need repairing. But it's more about being able to do those upgrades. Come on. I'll worry about extending it as well at a later point, so that we can build this back end properly. Right, we've done all of the pillars at least up to cobblestone, so let's carry on doing that upper level up to at least wood, because everyone knows Edward Wood. Just dump some of this weight so that I'm not encumbered. I have already repaired them, so I don't really need to cart them at the moment. Pretty much everything actually. We'll want that. I've already got me. I won't take the concrete for now. I don't want to risk accidentally upgrading anything. Got 5 eggs, cool. We'll have to go back and do more bacon and eggs at some point. Right. I can't pick them up until I put the land claim block down. Damn. I forgot about that. Right. Where to go next then? Okay. Let's add a bit more frame to this. Hopefully it will make sense, or make more sense anyway, as we go along. Yeah, I shouldn't have put that one in there, but it was necessary to get the shape, or I guess I shouldn't have upgraded it really. Yeah, I don't know how I got through 1,000 wood so quick. It's what, 4 per upgrade. What? It's already 9:30. Let me know. Yeah, I messed about far too much going to get that dropbox. Let's have that for now. And yeah, that one. Right, and then because that's going to be a wall, because it's a good idea to have a solid wall directly behind you with nothing on it, because that way if any cops are puking at you through that little doorway, it's just going to hit a concrete wall and bugger all else. And it enables me to put some ladders in here, like so, and I will, let's upgrade that first. And that is our actual, well, I suppose you could call it like the secondary access point, because these are only here as a temporary. I prefer to put it here because then if you really need to, like if for some reason the zombies are completely ignoring you and they're just clustered around the pillars underneath you, you can come down from here and start getting them, hacking into them, shooting them, whatever. Doesn't need to be anything super solid for now. Right, so that means we're going to need to be going out that way. It also means I could really do with some light. I don't have the gubbins to build a torch with, no. Okay, well, let's just start by getting that section filled in where the land claim block is going to go. I can't put it down just yet because I need to be able to pick up the other stuff. Ah! Yeah, I never thought of that. I need to be able to pick up those other workbenches and stuff first. A bear. It is, it's a bear. I mean, I saw that movement in the shadows then. I thought, what the? No, I don't want to bear. Yeah, switch is on. Okay. Might as well get his attention with something that's going to at least do some damage. Come this way, Mr. Bear. Don't know what he's doing. He's having a bit of a freak out. No point sneaking, now he knows I'm here. Are you going to run round? That's it, run round. Oh, stick your head through the hole. There you go. Is that it? Did you have it? No, you're going to come round again? I mean, oh, it's using up a fair bit of ammo, but I want the meats. I want your meats. Blimmin' hell. That was a hell of a lot of 9mm shots to the head. Okay, let's turn that off for a sec. Oh yes, and we should get some testosterone and animal fat so I can make a torch. Hooray! That was actually fairly convenient, apart from the ammunition expenditure. That was what, about 20 shots or something? I think something like that, about 20 shots. Okay, yeah, let's turn that off again for now. Oh. Only one. Oh, one back is better than none back. The size of that moon. Right. So now we've got tons of meat and we've got gubbins to make a torch. What am I missing? Cloth. No cloth whatsoever. Dang. We got any cotton? 2 cotton. What can I get out of 2 cotton? Some cloth. There we go. Now we can make how many? 2? Yeah, that'll do. I don't want to waste too much of the animal fat making something that I will fairly soon replace with electric lighting, but yeah, a couple of torches at least would be useful. So I can see what I'm doing. See what I'm doing. Where can I place? Oh, that one was definitely placed wrong. And I didn't even notice when I was upgrading it to concrete. That's fucking annoying. Should have been one more round again. I think I might leave that just as a, you know, it is what it is. It will still function the same. It will just be a reminder. Reminder of the desperate rush that was taking place to get this thing constructed. Stick that there for now. Stick that one there for now, that'll do. Okay. Right. We have our up down in place. That's ready to have the land claim block on it. I stick the land claim block. Actually, it probably needs to go one higher than that. Yeah, because the room will be three high, and then the ceiling on top of that. Is that going to be enough? Or do I want to go up for another one? We've already got 3 high over there. I'm just debating, like, considering now I've got the time available, don't have to rush to get this structure built. Could make it the 4 high. That gives a nice amount of space for storage. The wings don't need to be 4 high. That could make it a bit awkward. And this thing doesn't really need to be 4 high. Does allow a bit more headroom though for things like lighting and electrical relays, which I often stick on the ceiling. I suppose I could trying to light me smoke. I could reposition the electric fences. I could just build a block on top. It would only be that one line that mounts the electric fences that needs to be at a 3 block height. So I could just leave that one line in place and then build a roof on top of that so it's 4 high. No, I think I'll stick with the 3 high. Because even at that, that's going to be like, the roof is going to be right on top of that anyway. Because at the moment that's only 2 high, isn't it, to accommodate the electric fences. So yeah, I'll stick at 3 high. Oh, all of this figuring out when all of this should have already been done. But yeah, it means the land claim block will be on there. I'll build out at least another one further section, turn this into a room, and I usually put my furnaces in the middle and the workbenches and boxes around the outside. And then this is the fighting area, so this is only going to contain well, nothing in this immediate area. The generators and that will be behind a wall over here. So there's no chance of them being hit by cop vomit. Right. In which case, I know that these are where I want them to be. So I might as well just start as we mean to go on. Oh, now I've got 5 points to spend. I might sort through my points if I remember in time before we finish up. Yeah, I might as well do that. Considering I'm not going to extend this wing for quite a while yet, because this setup will certainly cope with is that on a pillar? It is, isn't it? Yeah, that's a pillar point. A pillar point. Let's cobble that just to make it fairly strong. These are only going to be to support a roof and some, I think I'll just put bars in there for now. And these are just to support this roof as well. And the pillar of this one is, where is it? Here? Hang on, let's see. From there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, it's this one. Pretty sure it is anyway. I can just about see it, yeah. Right, and then this bar, this crossbar that holds up the electric fences. Right, make sure that's stronger. Let's just grab that torch again. Put it here for a minute. Oh, that's a bit better. Right. Usually the zombies, the kind of zombies I'm going to get at the moment anyway, they're not going to get anywhere near this wing of the construction, so these side bits aren't exactly majorly important at the moment. Cop vomit is the only thing that's really going to mess with these for now, so they can just stay wood for now. Wood. I'll have some of them, just so we can see and shoot through them if I want to. And again, just wood. How much we got left? 317. Okay, that'll do. I very much doubt a spider will get across there, and I don't think they can jump high enough to get up to the height that I built it. That was partly the reason why I wanted to build it a certain height. Yeah, so you got at least 4 blocks between the ground and where your flooring is, or your bridge. Oh, hello mate, go round the front, we'll see you straight away. Shall I bother turning it on? No, not just for one chubby zombie. Come on, Mr. Chubbs. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Go on, you can do it. What shall we give you? I think it's bunking time. There you go. Down you go. I've thought about a further extension to this design, which I've never tried before. I might have a go at it on this playthrough, but it would be quite a lot of work if I did it. So, I don't know, I'm more interested in finding a location in the wastelands to set up. And my idea could be built in the wastelands version of this, because I'll more than likely just replicate this base but in the wastelands. But what I was thinking of doing is, if I dig out both of these sections, like each 5 square, like, so that the entirety of under here is a big pit, and then I replicate this, or some of this setup, the electric fences only basically, and stretch those electric fences across that pit, and then have a stairwell for the zombies to get out of the pit if they survive, so that once they get zapped and bonked up here, they'll fall off, they'll get zapped and bonked, well, they'll get zapped again when they land in the bottom of the pit, and if they survive long enough for the stun effect to wear off, they've then got to walk up and come all the way back round again. The only thing that puts me off doing it is it would be very awkward to set up, to have this kind of like access to where the electric fence posts are, so that you can come in and repair them as and when they need it, because they take constant damage as they're giving damage. Whenever they cause damage, they take damage. So eventually they would need to be repaired. And against a high-level horde, I don't think their durability would last long enough for me to just leave them and ignore them for the entire horde duration. They might, but I don't know if they would. Even if they did fail, the only drawback to that would mean that they're not functioning for a while the horde carries on. Yeah, I did do the other one on the other side, so let's do this pillar. Because it's a pillar post, we'll put it up to cobblestone. So that's a complete width. There. I'm gonna finish up in a moment. The day's already running. I'm gonna carry on trying to stick to the 1 day per episode, 1 hour, because I'm not editing these at all, so I think an hour is far more than enough. I would like to just finish enclosing this side at least and get the bars in place. Actually, I need to be able to see that one for a moment, just so I can do that. When I come to upgrade them fully, I can do all that kind of thing from the outside. But just while I'm in here doing these up to, well, there you go, out of wood. Dang. Okay, well that's a good portion of it done and sorted. We got the ability to get in and out easier. I thought, I dumped it in the box, didn't I? Yeah, no worries. That needs a little bit of repairing. The repair work is pretty much nothing. It's certainly not anything that's going to endanger the structure. That's set up, ready to go. These bits will be moved when I get the other land claim block put in place here, which will be once I go and grab all my stuff out of the other tower. You can even see it there. Look, when I grab all the other bits out of there, and I'll put land claim block up, then I can move these. I will create, like I was explaining earlier, that section there is going to be the crafting area, so this is going to have a wall around that perimeter, and then I will build another wall here to end in a little door there, so there will be a door just in front of me, and behind there will be where I'll put the generators, because there'll be enough space for 2, maybe 3 generators. And then normally on the other side I put some storage boxes with ammunition and medical supplies and, you know, stuff that you use while you're dealing with the horde. But then it means all of this lot is securely out of danger zone. Did I hear somebody while I was busy yakking? Right, I better stop then. We'll see you again in the next one, folks. We'll carry on building. I'll have to go out and gather more resources and all that good stuff. Bonk a few zombies along the way. I'll catch you again soon. Catches.